We go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Chair Meditation and Yoga on Friday with Dr. Heptualla. We are so happy to have everyone here with us today. This is a joint venture between Yonkers, City of Yonkers, Office of the Aging, NORC, WJCS, and the Yonkers Public Library. All right, Dr. Heptualla.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Good to see you today from my backyard.
Well,
It's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful day. Low humidity, nice breeze blowing, and I just came back from a not a long walk, but an hour-long walk in the marshlands, which are across the street from me, and I saw some beautiful birds and some insects and crabs. Was low tide, and so I encourage you all to go and take a walk today if you have some time. Walking is a great exercise, and you can also meditate while you walk. So you don't have to meditate in a sitting position and crisscross applesauce position or, some CPT. You can meditate anytime, anywhere, doing any activity. So you can even meditate while washing your dishes. You just have to be very mindful, and you don't have to close your eyes. You have to really feel your plates and the water, the temperature of the water, and that this process of washing the dishes brings you joy, okay? And everything that you do, if you add joy to it, because it is a mundane activity, doesn't have to be less joyous than something else. Joy is within our hearts, and we can have joy at every moment. I don't have to wait for a beautiful day to have joy. I can have joy from inside the house, or on a wintry day, or spring day, on a cold day, on a hot day, because it's just the state of environment. We are going to have different environments, and we don't have control over that. We can just learn to enjoy every day, because we may not have that tomorrow. So we have to enjoy it today, now. So if you keep that attitude, you will like every day and enjoy every moment of your day. That should be your way of or outlook to life. I have many patients. Sometimes the first thing they say, it's a terrible day. They start off a sentence saying, what a terrible day it is, even though it may be the most beautiful day. So I think that just starting your life with positivity will help you to have, joy in your day. So let's have a joyous meditation today. And for today's meditation, we are going to close our eyes and just focus on our breathing, because we do have control over our breathing, even though we do not have control over so many things. People's attitudes, how fast they're driving, how slow they're driving. Today, a person got very upset with me because I was very slow to park. But I just wanted to make sure that, I wasn't hitting any equipment, because there was a TV camera that was placed in the street, and there was like the crew out there doing the photography. So the person behind me got very upset with me. And many times these kind of episodes can take us off, and we start to get riled up, like, why did you get upset with me? What did I do wrong? But we have no control over that. We just have to let those things pass like it happened. You know, he was having a bad day. I just make up a story in my brain that he was having a bad day. He had to get to work on time, and I was delaying him. And even though, I delayed him, I need to be safe and careful for the people that are other people on the road. So we let it go. I had this thought, I put it on a cloud and let it float away. So now I can focus on the sounds that are in the background. There's a woodpecker, a red-bellied woodpecker today in my yard, and he's been making a whole lot of racket. Yeah, you may be able to see him later on the feeder. They particularly like, the feeders that have like insects and seeds in them. So many beautiful sounds in my garden to focus on, in my breathing. Inhaling and exhaling, feeling the breeze that's blowing and touching my hair follicles and bringing joy to my body and mind. Notice that I use the word joy rather than happiness. Joy is a word that you can invite into your life. And you can be joyous for this moment, where you're able to breathe without obstruction. During COVID, the patients cannot breathe. They have difficulty breathing. So we have to be joyous that we are able to breathe without difficulty. Because if we got COVID, we would not be able to breathe this freely. That thought itself brings me joy that today I'm able to breathe without difficulty. And I can inhale and exhale. I can control how long I inhale for. I can count up to 4 when I inhale. I can hold it there for full count. And then I can exhale. So inhaling, count of 4, holding for 4, and then exhaling for 4. Try to do this breathing. And with every inhale, try to see if you can bring in more oxygen to your lungs and your body. And then with exhaling, think about how you are releasing all the toxins and carbon dioxide from your body. Then every time a thought comes like, I should be doing this or I could have been doing that, just let the thought, acknowledge the thought and put it on a cloud and let it float away. And tell your mind you will get to it later. In this manner, you are training your brain and controlling your thoughts so they don't overwhelm and take over your body. As women, we have so many things on our plate, so many tasks we have to accomplish in the day, but we have to take some time for ourselves and help our brain relax and have no thoughts for some time. And if thoughts come, we acknowledge we're having that thought and then we let it pass. Thoughts are chemicals released in our brain. It's not real. It's not something we can start, hold. We can cherish memories, but we can hold our memories to cherish after we finish meditating. Breathing in and out, every breath, heart expanding, our lungs expanding, and our little air sacs in our lungs expanding with oxygen, then collapsing as we let the carbon dioxide out. We do this all day, all night long. Just great to acknowledge this for a few minutes. Be happy about our breath, joyous about our breath. And put a little smile to our face. You can smile, at least have your lips going like Amazon arrow up. Just doing that will bring you good hormones that will fill your body. Just breathing, noticing our thoughts, relaxing every part of our body, from our head, neck, shoulders. If there's any tension, just let it, just breathe into it. Send the good thoughts and oxygen to that body part. Go to the chest, take an inventory, your spine, your belly, your belly button, your pelvis, your spine, your back of your spine, knees, legs, ankles, feet, toes. Just take a body check to make sure that everything is relaxed, and if you have any pain, send your breath to that area, even if it's to the tip of your fingers. If you have pain in your joints of your fingers, just send some good energy there. You can do that with your brain. Your nerves just pass on that good energy to those little joints everywhere. And once you feel like you have well expanded and relaxed, we can now open our eyes and we can just enjoy. I am I can't tell you the beautiful sight I just saw when I opened my eyes. There's a hummingbird that's just hovering and drinking out of the cedar and the flowers that I planted, and it was just amazing. It was just a gift to me um, during this meditation practice to wake up to this beautiful, beautiful bird. So I encourage you to find a hobby that will bring joy to you, that you can enjoy at any time of the year. And for me, it's bird watching, gardening, and these are easy to do for anyone at any point in their life, whether you're young, you're old. Um, you can really enjoy some of these things that don't require you to have unusual skills. So in this practice today, we are going to continue our hip opening, our back and shoulders and neck, relaxing everything. We already did that during meditation. So we will start with our head and neck. To take inventory of your head and neck, to massage your neck, feeling, there are these two um, bony prominences just behind your ear. Just press them. Just press underneath that. These are two great acupuncture points or acupressure points that you can use to relax your neck muscles. And if you feel tight, just go to these 2 points, just behind your ears, these two bony prominences, just below that. Just massage it with your thumb, and then you can just massage your head a little bit. I hope you all are doing this. Nobody is watching you. Everybody's watching me, but I don't mind if my hair gets all messed up. One of my patients, a 93-year-old patient, she didn't want to come back to office when the hair salons were not open. She said that her hair was not perfect to get out. So I know some of us are very concerned about our hair. I get it. But there's some really good points that you can massage yourself and release tension and release these muscles. We have muscles and fascia all around, and we can do this by self-massage and self-care, okay? If you ever feel like neck muscles are tense, you can do your own massage right behind the ear with your thumb. So now that we have had a good head massage, we are going to start with our eyebrows. We're just going to pull them up a little bit, and then we're going to look down. We're going to look up, and so we're pulling the muscle up a little bit, and then we look down. And then we are going to take our eyes and look towards the right, and then bring it to the center, then towards the left, and bring it to the center, to the right, bring it to center, to left, bring it to center, and then we're going to look down and bring it to center, look up, seeing my beautiful hummingbirds running around the place, right to center, left to center. And so this way we exercise all the muscles in our eye. We have, I believe, 6 extraocular muscles that help us to see laterally, medially, sideways, up, down. So you can exercise these muscles. They are very small muscles, so they will get tired. So you can do it 3 to 5 times, and this way you will have good peripheral vision. And we never think about our eye muscles, so they're important too. And same way you can exercise the facial muscles with or do this, and you can do this, muscles. It helps you to have good strength in your facial muscles, decrease some of the, falling of our, um, with gravity, all our muscles come down, and that's why aging, our muscles are down. We also have less collagen, so we can have collagen-rich food and exercise our facial muscles, and we don't need Botox. We can get acupuncture, and that helps as well. All right, so we're going to start with our shoulders. We're going to do shoulder rolls. We're going to put our shoulders up, and then the back, both of them together. Do as much as you can. This is going to help all the muscles that control our shoulder joint. And then we are going to bring it forward. So first we went back, now we will go forward and back. My hummingbird is back. We just fought off another hummingbird for the feeder. So now we're going to hold our hands up like this. And this is a great position to feel very strong. I had mentioned this earlier in a few classes ago that Amy Cuddy did all this research, and she found that just doing this move gives us a lot of confidence and you feel powerful. So do this if you can. If you don't have strength, just do as much as you can. But this is the automatic movement of, runners or people who win in the Olympics. If you see, like, they all come out, when they come out victorious, they put their hands up in the air. So this is an automatic movement of joy and excitement. So you can bring this excitement by just putting your arms up. And when I started doing yoga, I didn't know that how come all of the movements have so much power in them. We always have to put our arms up in most of them. So whenever we stand up, we put our arms up this way, or we put it this way, or we put it this way. These are powerful actions, and you can do this at any point of the time, okay? So this movement that I'm going to show you now, we have not, I think, previously done. You will take an inhale and just hold on to your elbows one way, then you're going to switch the elbows, how we hold them, and then you bring it up over your head as much as you can. If you can't do it, just bring it as much as you can, and then exhale, and then bring it down, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling up, hold it, exhaling down. So do it one breath movement, inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Now we are going to switch it. So if we were holding this way, we will hold this way. The wrong way. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. This builds heat in our body before we start other exercises. The simple way to build heat is to do this. And now we are going to open our chest. Okay. We're going to use our two hands to hold the back of our chest, and we are just going to inhale and bring our chest out. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring our chest out. You can look up, and then exhale, chest in, and you can bring your neck down, your eyes down. Inhale. 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 All your little intercostal muscles between your ribs are stretching with this move. Your vertebral bodies are getting flexibility. Those little discs that between your vertebrae are getting a good stretch, preventing them from bulging and getting out of their right position because you're affording flexibility in your spine. Now you can bring everything to the center, have good posture, the shoulders are relaxed, the spine is straight, you're not hunched over, you're sitting up. At least for a few minutes today, let's sit up without hunching, without, our neck looking down at all times, looking straight out, and being aware of our body position. Even if you don't have the perfect body position, try to get it in the best position you can and acknowledge where you have issues. Just take inventory. Are you more towards one side or the other? Do you feel centered? Most of us have one side or the other that's actually a little larger or smaller, and we may have some bones that are not the perfect size. So most of the time we don't notice it, but when we want to notice it, we can notice it and we can just acknowledge it. We cannot change it, but we can acknowledge that, my one hip is, more balanced on the chair than the other hip is a little bit higher. These kind of things are good to acknowledge. So maybe we know from where our pain is coming, and we know what the problem is. We cannot fix anything if we don't know ourselves that we have a problem. So now we are going to do some lateral motion of our spine and shoulders. That is going to give us lateral flexibility. And so again, we are going to go into this beautiful position of power. And then we are going to rotate to the right. And you can bring your right hand to the back of your chair, your left hand over your right thigh and hold it there. You can relax your shoulders and take your eyes towards your right shoulder. And then you can bring your arms up into this powerful position and taking your right arm to the chair and the left arm to the back of the chair. You're going to look with your eyes to your shoulder, left shoulder. And I get to see my beautiful butterfly bush is flowering and is attracting a lot of butterflies. So I haven't seen too many monarchs this year. I'm waiting. I saw one the other day. Climate change is real. Every year I see less butterflies, less flowers. I try to do one or two good things for the environment every day by composting, of picking up trash when I walk. Did you know I don't like balloons? I used to like them a lot. I think they're terrible for the environment. So these days I'm always taking photographs of balloons that have flown into the woods and are polluting the environment. I encourage you to take up a cause that you feel strongly about and do something about it. Even if you just pick it up yourself and just put it in the trash bin, that's helpful. So we've had good mobility of our spine, lateral movement, and now we are going to exercise our spine a little bit faster, and this is going to be our thoracic and lower back spine. You're going to put both your hands on your knees, and you're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. A little bit fast to build up. Inhale, exhale, You can change it up also. You can inhale while you're scrunched up, and you can exhale when you're out. As long as you're mindfully doing the inhalation and exhalation, it's fine to do it the opposite of what I am showing. This movement done speedily creates heat in the body, even in sitting position. So if you have heard about the Vinyasa Flow, you know we are building heat in our body with movement. And we can do that in a sitting position also. And if we engage our abdominal muscles from inside, when we exhale, we suck it in, and inhale, we relax our internal muscles, we will build heat from inside. Many times after the yoga practice, when I urinate, I can feel the heat in my lower abdomen because my urine is hotter than when I'm just sitting and haven't done yoga. So you can actually feel the heat in your lower abdomen. It is good to have that lower body heat. It is actually a firehouse of our bodies, our abdomen, and especially our lower abdomen. If we have heat there, it's good. We are able to pass our stools more normally without constipation. When you have hypothyroidism, like I said last time, there's a lot of constipation. And one of the reasons is our metabolism is low. So when we build heat in the body, we have, better bowel movement. If your thyroid is too active, you have diarrhea. So these things are all connected. We just have to put these together when we are physicians to figure out what the patient has. So we get the symptoms from you, but you're the one who has to notice those symptoms and come to us and say, hey, I have these symptoms. You won't be able to diagnose anything if we don't get those symptoms from you. We then rely just on lab measures or, blood tests. But most things can be diagnosed by you just communicating that this is what I feel. So you need to take an inventory of your feelings, like what is normal for you and what is abnormal for you, and bring it to the physician's attention. Okay, so we have now exercised our abdomen and our spine, and we are going to go into our classic yoga pose of our legs and inner thighs. I've been doing this of sitting in this fashion on your chair, where you are widening your inner thighs and you're still sitting up straight. Okay, now you can put your right hand on your right thigh and you can lift your left hand up as much as you can. So if you can only go up to here, that's fine. If you can go all the way up, that's fine. And you're going to stretch, but you are going to keep your left hip and left hip joint firmly on the chair by pushing down on the left side. So you're pulling up with your left hand, trying to reach the tree, and you are bringing your left hip down, trying to be more attached to earth. And in this way, you will feel a great stretch on your left side. Now you do the same movement on the right side, pulling your right hip down to earth and putting your right hand up. And feel the stretch on the right side. Okay? And engage even your fingers. Fingers on your left hand, fingers on your right hand. Okay? Hello, chipmunk. And you can do this movement either fast or slow. But if you do fast also, don't lose your alignment. Okay? Don't lose your alignment. Do it with purpose and alignment. Do it with inhalation and exhalation. Do it with complete involvement. My doggy is running after the chipmunk, disturbing my thoughtfulness and mindfulness. So we're going to bring back our legs, and then now we are going to do our next pose, which is the warrior two pose. And you can do it in this fashion, holding your right leg in this manner and left right angle, sitting on chair, and just putting your arms up in this fashion. The arms are like in a straight line, and I'm focused on the middle finger with my eyes. My wrist tends to be going down lower, so I bring up my hand up a little bit so everything is aligned like a line. And then I look to my other hand, my right hand, and I do the same adjustment, focusing on the middle finger, noticing my fingers, if they have some tightness, or my arms are getting tired. I just say I can hold it for a little bit longer. And I'm going to breathe into my right arm. And I'm going to breathe into my pelvis. And then I bring it down. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Set yourself up, take some time, take inventory of your muscles. And then when you're ready, put your arms up. Again, you can focus on the middle finger. I try to make everything equal. Feel my finger muscles and tendons extend and gain strength. And notice my triceps. Those are the back of your arms. They're not exercised as much as the biceps are. So this is a great pose for the hip joints, for your spine, for your arms. Gives you stability and strength. Breathe some good oxygen into your muscles that are tiring. Then you can bring it down. The longer you hold these poses, the more strength you're going to gain over time. You will also gain a lot of control over your brain, because your brain will say, oh, you can't do it anymore. You have to stop. You're getting tired. How can you continue? Despite all those feelings, and you keep on doing it minute more, and then you're able to do it for much longer periods of time, and time just flies by. And you're having fun, and you're telling your brain to control its thoughts. All right, another great move is bending forward completely and resting your belly on your thigh and your chest on your thigh, and just letting all your muscles relax. So initially we did a lot of movement of chest opening. Now we're kind of relaxing our chest and spreading our spine. You can use blocks, or you can use your fingers on the floor if you get there. And let your neck relax. You cannot reach down. You can hold your arms in this fashion, like we were taking it overhead. Forward bending is really good for your heart. and then you can bring it up slowly with purpose. If you bring your hands overhead, you have a counter movement. So a little bit of forward bending, if you can do it at home, it will be good. You can just rest with your knees bent. It is not that hard, but when we stand up and we bend down, we can also bend our knees, and then we can rest our belly and just let our head go. So even in standing position, when we forward bend, we can bend our knees. And then as we gain strength in our hamstrings, we will be able to lengthen without bending the knees. But when we're on the chair, our knees are always bent and forward. Reaching is much, much easier than when we are standing up, because we feel it in our legs. So practice these moves. I try to get most of the large moves into a practice each day. Even if I have 15, 20 minutes between patients, I will get some of my yoga poses done during that time. Next time, we are going to do balance exercises with the chair, okay? So make sure if you have balance problems, then I would say don't do those moves with me next week. But if you're able to at least hold on to things and stand up, you should be able to do some balance poses. It's really good for your brain. Your posterior column is responsible for your balance, including your cerebellum and your inner ear. So you need all of these things to function to be able to have good balance. If you have problems with your hearing, or you have Parkinson's, or you may have balance issues, and I recommend that you come to rehab so you can be monitored and have somebody guide you through balance exercises. But balance is one of the first things we do neurologically, so I love to focus on some balance every day that you can do. Holding on to things, pulling one leg up, just even putting it up here is good balance, even in sitting position. So you can try that for balance. So every practice should include all of these things. So with that, I think I did. I don't even know where the time flies. I just look at my watch now, and we're almost at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Dr. Heptualla. That was a lovely session.
That was great. Everybody is energized. We thank Yonkers Public Library. We thank the City of Yonkers Office for the Aging. We also thank NORC and WJCS, as well as our wellness community. Everybody is fantastic on Friday. Thanks to you, Dr. Heptualla.